If the two vertices of a parallelogram have the coordinates 3, 2 and -1, 0, and the point of intersection of the two diagonals have the coordinates 2, 5, then determine the other two vertices. So let's try to understand the problem graphically first. Let us suppose we have a parallelogram A, B, C, and D. We'll suppose that the coordinates of point A that are 3 and 2 and coordinates of point B are -1, 0. Now here we have the diagonals AC and BD of the parallelogram. Now the coordinates of the point of intersection of the two diagonals are given to us, so we're going to call it the point E, and the value is 2, -5. Our goal will be to determine the coordinates of point C and point D. So let's name coordinates of point C as x1, y1 and coordinates of point D as x2, y2. Now here we can use the fact that the coordinate of the midpoint of the diagonal will start with AC. So that is given by, all we have to do is take the sum of the x coordinates of the endpoints. So we have 3 added to x, we have 3 plus x, and we're going to divide it by 2. And for the y coordinates, this is x1, and for the y coordinate, we add up the y coordinates of the endpoint, so that's 2 plus y1, and we're going to divide it by 2. So that's the midpoint of AC by using the section formula. Now, it's already given to us that the midpoint is E. It is definitely the midpoint because it's the property of the parallelogram that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisects each other. So that means E must be the midpoint of diagonal AC. So here we can equate, now we can say here that given the midpoint of AC, that's already 2, -5. So this will be equals to, we have 3 plus x1 divided by 2, and the y coordinates 2 plus y1 divided by 2. So what we can do, we can equate the two x's. Now we have 3 plus x1 divided by 2, so that will be equals to 2. And we have 2 plus y1 divided by 2, so that's going to be -5. So this gives us the value 3 plus x1 equals to 2 times 2, that's 4. So x1 will be equals to +1. Then we have 2 plus y1, so that's going to be equals to -10. So y1 will be equals to -12. So we have obtained the coordinates of point C, so that's going to be 1, -12. Using similar idea, we can also find out the coordinate of point D. So here what we'll do, the midpoint of BD, so let's find it out. Midpoint of BD, so that's going to be given by the midpoint formula, or we can say the section formula. So we will take the sum of the x coordinate of the endpoint, so that's x2 minus x1 divided by 2, and the sum of the endpoints of the y coordinates, so that's going to be y2 plus 0 over 2. And it's given here that this value is equals to the midpoint 2, -5. So we can equate x2 minus 1 over 2 with 2. So that's going to give us the value x2 equals to 5. And then if we equate y2 over 2 with -5, then we get y2 will be equals to -10. So we have obtained the coordinates of the point D as well. So that's going to be 5, -10.